And, you know, the problem is, clearly we've made the decision, without knowing, you know, who makes up the opposition, we've made the decision that, well, that's better than Gaddafi. Because by virtue of what we're doing, we're saying, you know, we don't know necessarily who they are, but they got to be better than Gaddafi.
He's protected us against al-Qaeda in that region, right? He was sort of the bad guy that was better than the other bad guy.
This is where it all gets so bizarre, is that for the past 7 years, ever since 2004, basically, he has been our guy. He has been an ally of ours. And now we're all in this muddled mess trying to say, well, but he's a terrorist. Well, you know, the past 7 years, he's been an ally. So how do we reconcile all of this? I mean, those are different issues. But the question that you're asking, you know, who is it that we're supporting? You know, honestly, you can't put them all under one label. So you do have the extremists. You do have al-Qaeda elements trying to take advantage of this. No doubt about it.
All right, of course, going back to the Gaddafi days, joining us now, Clare Lopez, member of the Citizens Commission on Benghazi and Vice President for Research and Analysis at the Center for Security Policy. And Clare, let me read from the first line here of this story. The Obama White House and the State Department, under the management of Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, changed sides in the war on terror in 2011 by implementing a policy of facilitating the delivery of weapons to al-Qaida-dominated rebel militias in Libya, attempting to oust Muammar Gaddafi from power. This, according to the findings of your Citizens Commission on Benghazi. That's powerful stuff.
Well, yeah, it sure is, and it's insane to hear it. You know, to hear the words even, it sounds, this is crazy, but this is exactly what our administration did. We abandoned Muammar Gaddafi, our ally, who, at our insistence, got rid of his WMD, his incipient growing nuclear program, his chemical weapons, and so forth, came over to assist our side in the war on terror, had al-Qaeda in his prisons, including some we had released from Gitmo, including Abu Sufyan bin Kumu, lethal enemy of the LIFG, Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, had them in his jails, and we turn around in 2011 under the influence of what? MI6? The State Department, the CIA, National Security Council, question mark, and join with his enemies who are al-Qaeda affiliates to oust him from power. And now look at Libya. We're in 2015 now. Look at the mess.
And you also say that based on interviews that you guys did, that the Ambassador Stevens' mission there prior to his death, there was a gun-running operation going on that the U.S. was in the middle of, correct?
There were two gun-running operations, really. If you look at 2011, when Christopher Stevens was envoy to the rebels, that is America's first envoy to al-Qaeda, the weapons came into Libya. I mean, that's on top of all the weapons that were seized from Gaddafi's own stockpiles and weapons depots in the course of the war. But weapons were shipped in to Libya with U.S. assistance, and NATO, of course, let them come through the sea and air barricade. And the weapons came from Qatar, essentially. They were financed by the UAE, at least some of them were. But then in 2012, the flow reversed, and then the weapons went out of Libya with the assistance of the Americans once again. Christopher Stevens is now our ambassador to Libya, and he and others in Benghazi helped to ensure that the flow went out of Libya, especially including MANPADS, these very dangerous surface-to-air shoulder-fired missiles that had gone missing and loose all over Libya. Well, our people in Benghazi were there to collect them back up, paid big money for them.
And Clare, Hillary Clinton knew all this? Hillary Clinton knew that they were working with al-Qaeda groups?
Of course. She decided that that's what they would do. That was the decision of this administration, to work with LIFG, Libyan Islamic Fighting Group, which, by the way, was headed, and the revolution itself was headed, by the Libyan Muslim Brotherhood at the Transitional National Council. And the al-Qaeda militias fought under the political leadership of the Libyan Muslim Brotherhood. Yeah. Yes, it was decided that that's what we would do. That was policy.
Well, this is just a revelation. Give everyone the website real quick where they could go see the entire report.
Sure. Please go to www.aim.org. Accuracy in Media. That hosts the website for the Citizens Commission on Benghazi.
All right, AIM.org. Claire, great to talk to you. Thank you very much, folks.
Thank you.
Up next, the Closing Bell Report.